Greetings, I suppose where you are. You have to excuse me. I've got a really croaky voice, and I'm disorganised as usual because it's early, but I thought you might like to see what I've done and what I'm working on, she says, talking to herself. This is the entrance part of the attic, which is where I've mostly finished. Well, at least I finished in there before. I've got to do electrics, I'll show you, and plastering. I've just removed, well, last week I've just removed all of the lime plaster and lathes on this section, so it looked like that before. It was a filthy job. So I've now got to this bit. I don't know if you can see. Let me stand up. It's not doing anything. Someone chopped it off. So I've cut a piece of wood, a temporary piece of wood. I'm going to fit a section here, and then I'll replace that with probably 4x4 or 4x2, I don't know. Just depends. So this is disgusting, this section to work on. I'll try to explain. That's the door I came through, entrance. Next, I'm going to take off the ceiling, not today, because I've got to just reroute the electric cable here, and it's a little bit dodgy on that section. So this is an all-day job because I'm going to have to get some new filters for my mask, and then I'll work down here, seal the door off once I've repaired this section, and then I'll batten it out. And then you walk through without hitting your head. All of this will be rerouted, but it looks like something was living in here. I'm going to sit down. Ta-da! Don't judge the plasterboard because it's an absolute nightmare to so that's the little hole I came through, and that's where I'm working at the moment. That's going to be probably a week of removing that and battening, insulating, plasterboarding, repairing timbers accordingly. Here I've got to insulate further in because that section going down is not insulated, so I'll have to pack loads of insulation to the point where it meets, if that makes sense. So I've just pinged a line down the centre. The ceiling panels are fitted temporarily. So I pinged a chalk line, and then I'll mark where I want my lights to be, and then I'll make a hole for each one, take the panels down, run the cable through. So, that's 2.5 mil twin and earth. That's for sockets. Lighting cable is 1.5 mil, so I've got to get some stupidly expensive, I have to say. So bear in mind these are quite temporary at the moment. I've got to clean up all of the lime, wash off these, and here I've got to do something. I'm going to try not to hit my head. I'll sit down. I've got to do something clever here, and I can't quite figure out what to do. So there was the fire chimney breast. So I spent ages umming and ahhing, and I built a stud wall and brought everything out to one level. I think that makes sense. So I'm going to get some timber and fashion something up there. Maybe it wasn't my best idea, I don't know, but it's the idea, you know, it's what I've decided. Thank you. So that's for sockets. That's fire grade expanding foam. And I've got it all over my boots. This is a cleaner, polyurethane foam cleaner. That's the lathes I took off a couple of days ago. Oh my God. Shit. Sorry about the noise, never mind. Can you imagine if there was a fire up here and with all this, it just up. So that's going out of the window, which is a long way down, but I'm going to throw it out of there. That's where I was working yesterday. I don't know if you can see. I'll try not to fall out of the window. It's been a huge job. It's sunny, it's 23. Il fait beau. Il fait, yeah, whatever. Ville. Or is that pace? No, it's country, isn't it? Anyway, it's probably quite boring. Whoops. That's not so good, is it? That's so, until a few days ago, every cut for every piece of timber was made with my pull saw. Repaired the Makita miter saw, so the blade was so that's now working. Excellent. I'm not going to stay in this live stream. I mean, I'm not going to leave you either, but I'm going to get on and work and suit up. This is going to be a nightmare, isn't it? Like, there's no easy way to take the ceiling down, but take it down. Let's just sit here and ponder this complex roof section. These are really important, obviously. The fact they've cut one, because I've got work to do. I have shown you the progress. I don't know what else I can show you. My throat's sore. I'm tired. That's lead. When we repaired a roof section, we took that off. So now I don't know what to do with it. So it's just there. I'm trying to think what's here. I'm trying to think what's in that section. What have I used the most? A hammer for pulling out all of the nails, for levering off all of these lathes. That'll go quite along here. I'm going to make a new door. This is not fireproof. A fire door would be really heavy, obviously, but this is not satisfactory, so later down the line I'll actually make a door that is sealed. Thank you. I'm not impressed, I think. Well, I've had to just, any questions? I'm not going to do any fancy joints here because I only want the timber to be there to fit the 4x4 in, or 4x2. I have to say I'm quite impressed by this section because the rest of the attic, all of the kneeling boards, which are the ones that were low down, were all different widths, depths, wonky, all over the place. So, yeah. really have anything else to say. I'm really tired. Can barely swallow. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. I don't know what else to say. Live streams are a bit weird. Thank you. I'm not impressed. I think I need to work harder. What else do I use? I did use a laser level briefly and decided I didn't like it, so I stopped using it. The next most used piece of toolery is my impact driver. Impact driver, loads and loads of screws, 50 mils, 70 mil, 50 mils is the most used. These are expensive, but I prefer them specs, 70 mil, 100 mil, which are over there, 5x100s, and then these. I've already been through a huge box. These are dry wall screws. I think they're 50 mil. Like the next box up is 1,000. It's like £65. What else can I tell you? That's batten, 50 by 25-ish. 4.2 metre length. So I have to bring it all up through the window. Dodgy as hell. Hence why I've broken the glass. So all this wood here is treated. That's not treated. This is used for packing on pallets. So the guys gave them to me, and when I battened out this, I just used those to, bring it up to get things level. Just cut bits off and pack them, if that makes sense. Cut a bit, pack it. Crowbar used for the big, huge, great farriers, blacksmith's nails. As I say, most of the cuts have been done by hand. 6x2 is over there. This is C16, it's not treated, but I have used treated timber in all of this. The reason I'm using it in there is because that's what I've got left. And it's internal, so I'm not too bothered about that one piece. I have got 80 something mil insulation. I think it's 85 and 40 throughout the whole room. Thank you. I'm not that amazing. Don't really have time for yoga at the moment. Interestingly, the other day I had a run of people requesting customs, all similar wording, and I knew they were all someone, probably the same person, just messing me around. I did reply, but they haven't replied back because they're just being an arsehole, String line was to get my first level, that pink stuff. That's the foil tape over there. That goes over all the joints of the insulation once it's been foamed, taped, plasterboarded. When I was plasterboarding the ceiling the other day, it's really hard to hold it up and to check it was, fitting and then get the first screws in. My arms were tired. So that's it. I'm gonna go. And I wish you a most pleasant day, unless you've got anything you want to ask. That's my work clothing. It's very gorgeous. Said nobody ever. This is Henry. He's fabulous. Sometimes he blows up and dust goes everywhere. That's an old Mealy Hoover. That's got a really amazing suction, but I had to repair it. The reason I'm working is I need to cut the plasterboard downstairs because it's very heavy and awkward. Can lift it, I just can't get it around the bloody corner. Look. Then there's another flight of stairs down that way. Peekaboo. Hello. Have to not trip on that. So I'm going to now take this bit out. It's so disgusting. I don't know if you can see. Another room. No, it's a staircase. So that's coming out. But it's not. Oh, it's heavy. Jeez. That's hand cut, by the way, you can see. Whew. That's better. Now I've got a whole section to work with. Let's see what's in here. Doesn't look too great, does it? Not there. Just the edge. Yeah, it's very heavy. That piece is heavy. These are all heavy. Anyway, I'm going to go industrial and run trunking. I've just got to, must remember to do it before I finish, is bring the cable, that 2.5mm, through here. Then I'll run trunking round. But yeah, I need a junction box because I want to run it. I have to think how I'm going to do it cleverly. Under the floor, I'll lift that up and then I'll run it before I plasterboard through there. So I've got something here. Does that make sense? Everything's dependent on doing it in the right order, and if I don't do it in the right order, it'll be, that's it. I wish you a wonderful weekend and week, and thank you. It's been a nightmare. Filthiest job I've ever done. To give you an idea of how much rubble I've removed, from this section alone, from this section it was 10 bags of rubble, maybe 12, can't remember. So from the roof I estimate 8 to 10. Then this section will be maybe 15-ish. So this is a really complicated roof structure here. I'll show you around here. I don't know if you can see. Whoops. So that's my, well, never mind, room. And then there's a gully that runs through there. And then there's another roof section. I've climbed down here when I was repairing the chimney. Went down there, slid down the roof because I knew it'd be safe. So then this section comes down and then the other section meets it, which is that section there. There you are. Oh, The other thing I've used a lot is a Stanley knife for cutting plasterboard. Don't know if you've ever cut a plasterboard, a sheet of plasterboard, but don't use a saw. Certainly not an electric saw. Use a Stanley knife, score it, bend it, go through the rest of it. My friend was telling me a story. First time he cut plasterboard with a friend and they used an electric saw. I don't know if I can show you. These are pieces that are going. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? I can hear a chainsaw. Have a great day. I must go. And I will see you sometime in the future in a faraway place. No idea. Bye.